Well, good morning folks, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another fun episode of MZ Adventure. As you can see around me today, I'm not even standing on the ice anymore. It is the first day of a spring, technically, like in the middle of March right now, and we will be actually targeting some walleyes. I'm at Pool 4 areas by Red Wing. I would like to kind of show you my technique to catch those walleyes by using my top two favorites lures. One of them, as you can see here on my screen, they are fries, and the other one is a hair jig. So I will show you both these techniques once we are on the water, I guess. So let's get to all right. I just got down to the water right now. What we're gonna try is the fry. I mean, a lot of people have a different terminology of near fry, but this is a size 2 hook with a little, custom made fried. And why I like to fishing is a 3-way swivel. I like to kind of tie them in, so you can, when you cast them out, you cast them out far. And then it depends on what kind of like a drop shot you guys like to use. I personally use like, about 1.5, I will say. It depends on the currents, right? Obviously, like sometimes you use a 3/8, sometimes you use 1.5, and then you basically just kind of work your way back up. You can even feel it, and at this time the walleyes, and they normally target like fries, but some days, every day is different. Sometimes they don't like it to target them, and you kind of like constantly moving that. Current is moving very fast today, and then sometimes like I like to do just kind of lift it up and not a drop. That's one way of my favorite spring fishing for walleye. And what I've been using is on a 3-way swivel. I like to use mono instead of fluorocarbon. The reason is because mono actually sink a little bit slower than just carbon. I mean than just fluorocarbon. Fish on. Fish on. So that's how easy it is. Basically, you work your way down and then just slow down, drag it. Fish on. It's a small one, but it's still a good size. That's how you work with these ones, these fries, guys. So now when the sun come out, they're definitely gonna like it. That's how you get them to kind of trigger to look for those bites. So still gorgeous fish, a little bit undersized, so we're gonna let him go. Cool. Yeah, well, let's get back to it. So basically the trick is I'm using mono lines here, and with a 2.5 ounce weight today. Like I said, this line, it need to be 8 pounds. That's why I like to use like 8 pounds mono, or you can use 10 pounds. I don't use anything heavier than that. So, and basically you just want to cast it out all the way out, not to sink it down, and slowly work your way back. Sunday you just don't need to do anything. Like they just kind of like to eat the dead fries. Like everyone fish different fry, different style. Like somebody like to pump it, pour it back to you, and then I like to, especially when there's a current, I like to kind of slowly drag them, especially on the weight do all the work and on the current do all the work. And then if they are around, you should definitely catch them. So I mean, right now it should be in the prime time because the sun just came out. This is the perfect time to try to target them right now. So So yeah, so this is one of my favorite way to catch, like, you know, spring walleyes right now. And I also like to use just plain hair jig to do the same trick. The second favorite of the lures I like to kind of fish during spring times is hair jig. Just plain hair jig. What you've been seeing here is just a custom made hair jig with a 3/8 ounce jig head. So one of my go-to color is either green or whitish on the hair portion of it. So I kind of like to alternate, like if they don't eat fly that day that much, I kind of switch off, try to making sure that, you know, to see if my hair jig actually work. I mean, once again, this is my personal opinions. That's my two, you know, go-to number one, number two lures during spring walleye targeting. I mean, that's why I normally kind of throw. I know a lot of people, they like to send like a plastic and also swim baits, moxies, but I tend to kind of stick with a hair jig during this time of year. So the setup I like to use, especially like if you are fishing from shorelines, you always want to have a longer rod with I always use Carbon X. So it's a smooth ultra light reel, so you can feel anything, so you can pull the fish quick. The area that I like to kind of target is in the sand bottom and rock bottom, and then like all these like little currents, that's where they tend to kind of stay. So and then also one thing I want to kind of mention, all my lines are 8 pounds lines. These are sunlight lines, so basically I can cast far, especially when you are fishing from the shore, right? You want to go kind of farther. And basically you fish in the same way as plastic, and then just kind of go a little bit slow. And you can definitely see there's a fish like over here. Oh. Got him. You see that? So this is the trick that you want to use hair jig. I have 4 people fishing here. I'm the only one been catching them. But even though they are small, but they are still good sized fish. I have like about 5 people here fishing right around me. No one has been catching anything yet besides me. Oh, wow, almost fell. And then the other thing is you want to making sure, look how this fish eats, so you guys can see it better. This is a good eater size walleye, so he definitely inhaled it. So this is it. This is how you should fish for, you know, the walleyes. Beautiful fish. So we're gonna go ahead and let him go. Don't forget to